What is up, everyone? All of the 5 people in here at the moment. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to be discussing this little gem tonight, Massacre at Central High Steelbook.
Yeah.
I am going to go through and let all of my 2 guests here introduce themselves. Pops and Brian, go right ahead, Pops, and take it away. Introduce themselves. I got their links down below. Let them know where they can find you, things like that.
All right. Hey, everybody. How's it going? I am Alan. This is on my channel. It's Pops Movie Dungeon. You guys watching my channel, you know I do everything physical media. Buy way too many movies, spend way too much money, have a great time doing it. Do a lot of fun live streams. You guys check it out.
Awesome. And Brian, go ahead and introduce yourself. Talk about your Vinegar Syndrome collection.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you can see right behind me, but I got a bunch of Vinegar Syndrome. I'm a subscriber. Yeah, I pretty much do this channel with my girlfriend, Coco. We basically just do a lot of movie trip review vlog type things, and every now and then we'll do movie collection updates and convention type videos and stuff like that. Just basically anything around what we buy and what we collect. So check out my channel.
Awesome. Now, does Coco have her own Instagram, or are you guys together, basically?
Yeah, she has her own Instagram.
Gotcha, but you guys collab together.
Yeah, every one of my videos, I link both of our Instagrams down there.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I'm going to go ahead and announce this at first, but this is a 4-part stream. So today we will be discussing Massacre at Central High. And then next week we'll let everybody know kind of what we're going to discuss. We should be live again next Wednesday. And then, yeah, it's going to be 4 parts. So we're going to be discussing 4 different Synapse Films steelbooks. So we'll let you know at the end of the stream what we're going to discuss, so that you could watch it this week and make sure to tune in again next week. But let me go ahead and catch up with the chat. Gus, appreciate you being here. We got Fish the Film Collector here. Holland Oates is here, just saying hi to everybody. We have got Subjective Perspective Collective here. Yes, we are going to dive deep into some hidden meanings in this film. Mama Blu-ray is in the house. Appreciate you being here as well. I got to meet her on Monday in the stream. Let's see here. I ran out of time transcribing the amazing song that plays throughout the movie. I got the first verse down. I hope one of you starts singing it. Brian, do you have a good singing voice?
Oh, yeah.
What's up?
The crossroads of your life.
Yeah. I'm at the crossroads of my life, which totally, if you think about that song, we'll get into it, but it's got to have some kind of meaning there for sure. All right, so let's kind of go ahead and get into some facts about the film. I'll talk about like the Letterbox Score, Rotten Tomatoes. I didn't get the iTunes score or anything like that, but I'll talk about where you can find the movie, different things like that, some of the special features. So Letterbox Score on here is 3.5 out of 5. So actually a lot of people have been praising this one, a good amount of reception towards it. The audience score, the critic score is 78% on Rotten Tomatoes, and the audience score is 52%. So pretty good. Yeah, that doesn't seem like the audience there on Rotten Tomatoes liked it. But yeah, we've got all 3 of us, I believe. Pops, do you have this one?
Yeah.
So all 3 of us have the steel book, exactly. I'll let one of them go ahead and show off. Pops, you already got it out, so I'll let you.
Pops got it out of the sleeve already.
Well, there's the front artwork, and there's the back, if you don't mind.
Yep.
Oops, sorry. And
back of it.
Really nice looking steelbook.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
I love the back art. And I'm a big fan of this here. I'm going to try to the hell with it. I like the girl in the front with the dynamite. That's pretty awesome on the disc art there. You get an interesting book here.
Yeah, that girl's not in the film.
No. You just some documentation, and like Synapse, you get a book with all their other titles, which was always a good touch.
Yeah. Little catalog.
There's the other disc art there. You see that? And might as well go and show the inside while I'm at it. And there's a shot of the inside. Really good looking steelbook. I mean, Synapse always does a great job.
Yeah. It's gorgeous because you get this slipcover front and back artwork. You get steelbook front and back artwork. You get disc art on both of them. You get a booklet and inside artwork. You can't beat that.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if the standard has any nudity like this steelbook does. I don't know.
I don't think the standard even has the same disc art because there's no dynamite with a
really
nude woman on there.
Does it come with the DVD? Do you know?
It does not. I don't think it does because I watched. Speaking of which, if you're just tuning in, Ken and both Mel have both done a review on this. So if you after the stream, go check out their reviews of this. But yeah, to find out if they liked it or whatnot. But yeah, they both did a review of it. So yeah, I discussed this with Brian the way this got started. I was like, hey, you interested in doing a review? And he was like, yeah. And I know we both wanted to do Massacre at Central High, but nobody had seen it probably a month or two ago.
Yeah.
And we were like, I asked him, I said, why don't we wait for the standard release for people to see it? And now we're doing it after everybody.
Yeah, because I was talking about that with Pops too, and he's like, I told him to go buy the movie, and he said that didn't come out for another like 3 weeks.
Yeah, most people didn't know about it, but this steelbook can be purchased through Synapse Films website, but it's like $49.99, correct?
Yeah, they're very proud of their steelbooks. They're not cheap.
No, they're not. But this one should still be in print, and if you don't want this one, you want to get the standard edition with nothing special, no slipcover or anything. It's $19.99, I believe. Somebody tell me
around there
on Amazon.
Probably $25, something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, this is the newly commissioned artwork. And then like he showed you, this is actually, I believe, the theatrical artwork, correct? I think.
Yeah.
It's really nice artwork. I actually love the colors on it. That's a gorgeous steelbook.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
Yeah, that steelbook came out like well over a year ago. So
yeah, 2020, I think November of 2020. So
oh really?
Yep. Yeah. November of 2020 was the date on that one. But Pops or Brian, do you want to kind of share some facts you got about the film before we kind of dive into some synopsis? If you're just tuning in now and you haven't seen this, we're going to discuss some things about the film, some facts. We will let you know when we get into spoilers.
Well, I have a few facts I wrote down. Brian, you want to go first? You want me to go?
You can go.
Okay. Well, one thing I found interesting was the girl in it, the girl that played Teresa. I was like, damn, I know her from somewhere. And I realized the girl that played Teresa is Kimberly Beck. She was Trish from Friday Part 4, is where I recognized her from. And I always thought she was pretty good looking. You get to see a whole lot of her in this movie. There's a lot of nudity with her in it, so that's always fun. My first thought as I'm watching this is the music is real bad. I mean, it's real bad. I feel like I'm watching an ABC after school special that shows titties. That's pretty much what I felt like I was watching there. Now, that being said, I really did enjoy the movie. The acting was not the best, but it's a 1976 movie. It's a horror movie. For that, the acting actually wasn't that bad. And I noticed a few other stars in here. You got the guy from Revenge of the Nerds, David Carradine. He's in there. He plays the character Spoonie, and he has like a few scenes in the beginning, in the middle of the movie to the end. He's actually one of the bigger stars in the movie. I did find out that he wanted to try out for the main star. He wanted the part of the main star, David, but they ended up giving him the part of Spoonie, so he wasn't too happy about that. A few other facts about the movie. Let's see what I got here. There's no adults in this movie until the final scene, which I thought was interesting. Until you get to are we doing spoilers here? Not
yet. We'll just keep it.
Well, simple. You don't see any adult for 90% of the movie, 95% of the movie. The film was released in Italy under the name Sexy Jeans. I found out that was the name it was released in Italy, with Sexy Jeans, and they added pornographic material to the movie to make it a little more risque for over there, kind of like they did with like Thriller. They just kind of stick it in.
Yeah,
I mean, no pun intended. This was the first movie. This is the first movie after Texas Chainsaw Massacre that used the term massacre in the name of a movie. I thought that was a useless piece of information. Kind of interesting. You guys can go ahead. I got some more stuff here. I'll save it for later. That's the big stuff.
I mostly got a ton of quotes I wrote down, but yeah, you got a pretty big cast in this. I mean, like he said, Kimberly Beck, and she's gorgeous. And if you watch the special features on this, like the cast talks about how gorgeous she was and how great it was with her. And she was in Friday the 13th Part 4, right?
Yeah, she was.
Like Trish.
Yeah, and this is a spoiler about Friday the 13th. She survived. She was the final girl, right? Or one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, when I looked her up, it says she was in Jason Lives. Did she just play like a flashback, was it, or something like that?
Yeah, I think it was the flashback at the beginning of the movie.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, but yeah, if I'm just speaking boldly and honestly here, she looked very good. Like Pop said in this one.
Yeah, she wasn't ugly.
Yeah, no, definitely not. That's 3 straight men in here. We're allowed to say that. So, Brian, what about you? What you got some?
Oh man, I didn't take any notes, so I'm just going off the cuff here. So, yeah, basically this movie's just wild from start to finish. It just throws you in there, and it just all this stuff happens at the school that you know couldn't happen at a school. Like, yeah, like Pop said, you don't see any teachers or anything like that until the end of the movie. So like they're just kind of free reign. This group of guys just terrorizing everybody in the school, basically running the school.
Yeah.
And everybody's afraid of them, so they don't, they're the big shot bullies. Like there's like 4 of them, and they just run free reign around the whole school and everything, and they don't really give anybody else a chance to become a bully, basically. So, we'll talk about that in a little bit, what happens with them and everything. But it's crazy. There's the R word. There's rape in this movie. There's close to being that. They get kind of saved, but it's just a very intense film for the time, for 1976. Great exploitation movie, I believe. Probably, I'm not sure how popular it was in the 70s, but if I think if it was more well known or well shown, that it could have been more of a classic than what it was.
Pops, do you know the box office numbers? Because I think Ken had talked about.
Oh, I got it right here.
Somebody had said this was actually really successful in the theaters, and it lasted.
Was it really?
The only thing it says here is they had a $400,000 budget.
Okay.
Normally it'll say what it brought in here. For some reason on this IMDb page, it just says what the budget was.
Gotcha.
It doesn't say the rest of it for some reason.
Yeah,
which is odd.
Let me catch up with the chat here so we stay tuned with them. Okay, got that already. What's up? All right. What's up, 4K? Just kind of like the pebbles on a beach, well within your beach reach. Each tomorrow brings you something new. He's singing the song. Look at that.
Yeah, Holland.
There you go. What's up, Holland and Brother Brad? Hi, Mama Blu-ray. I'm sure there's a deeper meaning of this fine piece of cinema, of course. There definitely is. And we're going to break it down for sure. I have this.
Now, about that song, I don't mean to cut you off there, Bob, but about that song is Kimberly Beck, the girl that played Teresa. If I heard the special features right, her father-in-law wrote that song. That is not the song. That is not the song the director wanted. The director actually was so pissed about it, he didn't watch this film in full completion till like 3 decades later because he was so pissed about that music. He actually had other music that was more horror related that he wanted to use, but for whatever reason, the producers or whatever wanted to use this song that Kimberly Beck's father-in-law wrote, the one that everybody hears now. So the director was so pissed he didn't watch his own movie in completion for like 30 years after it was released.
Wow,
so
that's crazy.
He was pretty pissed about it.
Oh, Ken is in the house. What's up, Kenny Levels? Yeah, no. I think all 3 of us enjoyed this one. No disrespecting classics, definitely not.
Nope.
Not like Rotten Tomatoes, huh? All right. People are still talking about that Rotten Tomatoes stream. I wanted to save all my comments for you guys. Perfect. Oh, my bad. Didn't realize the tent was Catholic. The Smut King. She was also in the TV show 8 is Enough. Steelbooks are pretty bitch made, generally speaking, but Synopsis steelbooks seem to weigh about 3 times as much as the usual steelbook. They're definitely top quality. Yeah, they are. That's why they charge a little bit much. What's up, everyone? After school special. What's up, Mike is in the house. Anthony's Horrors here. Appreciate you being here. Holland Oates. What's going on, Anthony? What's up, Pops? What's up, Brian? Mike's just saying what's up to everybody.
What's up, Magic?
Perverts, y'all ought to be ashamed. I know I ain't though.
No shame. No shame.
No shame. What's up, Magic Hands and Anthony's Horror? Hey, Fish. Everybody saying hi. Culture. Trini's here. Appreciate you being here. Howlin' Fish. And yeah, all caught up. Just everybody saying hi to each other. All right. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the synopsis, and then after that, we're going to kind of get into some spoiler territory. So this is where, if you haven't seen the movie, we're just going to warn you about spoilers ahead of time here. So as far as Massacre Central High goes, it was kind of about a film about this kid coming to school, being new to the school, and he knew the kind of like the head bully, and he had like basically a free invite into being a part of this group of bullies. And he did not like that. He didn't want to be a part of it, part of that group. He was kind of wanted to be like an outsider. He didn't like the bullies. And something happens to him that's really bad. And he kind of takes it into his own hands to get rid of some of these bullies. And we'll kind of break down beyond that. I don't want to spoil anything just in case you haven't seen it. So we'll get into it after that. But I see right here, Magic Hand says it was a slow burn. It was a bit slow, but it's not boring. The movie is not boring. That's one thing it's not. So as far as this movie goes, you can't find it on Tubi or anything like that. I had actually sent it last night to Fish the Film Collector, a website to watch it on that we all know of. But free movies. So if you don't own it, but let's go ahead and kind of get into some of our thoughts. The beginning of the movie, obviously the movie starts with that song playing and he's running. Did you guys notice? I watched this last night for the second time and I noticed this and I took a note of it. Did you notice the foreshadowing? They show him, I believe is his name David, right? The main character. Yeah. They show him screaming, which is a scene later on in the movie.
Yeah.
When the car they show it.
That's a good point. There's something I noticed. If you've never seen this movie, don't watch the damn trailer. The trailer shows everything. And then not only that, when you start watching the movie, the opening credits, the opening song, they show the shit again. You see a lot of the shit that's going to happen in the movie in the opening. It's like, what the hell? After I watched the damn trailer, I almost didn't have to watch the movie. I could have done this just from the trailer. Almost.
Yeah, so
and
there
then
you go.
The movie starts, they do it again. That made no sense to me at all.
We're going to spoil it. The trailer spoils it, so avoid that. But yeah, I noticed rewatching the movie, I was like, they show a clip of him, a couple clips as the song's playing in the beginning of the movie, and they show David screaming, which is the scene of the I guess the rim, if you want to call it that, or the whatever, the car falling on his leg. And I was like, damn, this is foreshadowing. If you haven't seen the movie, you get to see him screaming. You don't know what's going to happen, but like it definitely foreshadows right there, or it teases.
You see all the explosions. Every explosion in the movie they show in the trailer and the opening scene.
Yes. Yeah. What is it? Are you talking about the title menu?
Yeah.
Yeah, the title menu shows it all. So make sure you hit that play button right away when you get on there. But if you haven't seen it, but yeah, it's definitely it's pretty good.
And one big spoof that I seen, this was actually really funny. I had to rewind it and watch it again. This is right after the rape scene. The girl, she goes and kicks the guy, and they walk out of the school. When she's kicking the guy, after everything's over with, she's fully dressed, everything's fine. When she goes walking out the front door of the school, you have full titties hanging out. And she's calm, like, okay, we're going home now.
She's just walking home with her shirt out.
Flopping. Titties flopped out. Don't care. I'm walking by y'all.
Yeah.
What the hell? You were just fine 10 seconds ago. How'd your damn shirt get ripped up? Like a Wolverine got all over.
There are some scenes in this movie that just I was a fan of the movie. I think it's pretty brilliant. It's so unique. It's out there, but this film is definitely strange. It is not it is original. It has some extremely strange dialogue, but it is it's a unique film. It's out there, like you said.
The kills are very unique. The kills are very unique. That's what I liked about it.
But that sexual assault scene, what blew me away with that scene is Kimberly Beck's character walks in the room when the two girls are getting sexually assaulted, attempted like sexual assault, and she just sits down and she's like, I'll wait for you guys to finish. Hopefully it doesn't take that long. And it's just like, it's so strange and awkward and weird. You're just like, why would somebody say something like that? Like everything about this film is strange, but it screams like dissect me. There's more to me. I don't know. Like,
it's like she knew their characters so well that she knew what they were going to do,
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's definitely crazy. Fish says exactly, Pops. Anthony, smash that like button. Appreciate that. Be sure to smash that like button. Haven't seen this movie, so I didn't want to watch, but wanted to pop in and say, hey guys, I've heard enough good things about it that I may blind buy it. Yeah, and you're a Steelbook person, Tim, so Steelbook, look at that. Helen says yes, do it. Yeah, so we got the beginning of the movie. He's a runner. We get to see that stuff. And then we kind of get into the school at this point. It goes straight to the school. Like you guys said, no adults, no teachers, anything like that. Looks like I've got porn pop-ups already. That doesn't usually happen that soon. How do you get rid of those, by the way, Pops?
If you go to the upper right corner of it, you'll have an option to either block it or put it in timeout.
Oh, put user in timeout or block user.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you usually just block it then?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, sometimes that don't work. I have to do the timeout. I do whichever one works.
Okay, cool.
So,
awesome. Yeah, put them in timeout.
They last 10 minutes, I think.
Oh, jeez. Porn bots here for the titties. That's what yeah, this movie brought him out. Okay, so yes, we get to the school, and these bullies, they're cruel. Like, there's one film, and we'll get into film recommendations if you have any at the end of this video, but it is crazy. Some, like, the things that these bullies do, like, they're vicious, they're violent, they're evil and sadistic, and they do some pretty wicked shit in this movie. But yeah, for no reason. Do you even get a reason? Do you feel like why these bullies are the way they are? They just want to run the school, right?
I just want to run the school. Now, this might get some context. One thing that I read was the movie Heathers was really influenced by this movie. So if you've seen the movie Heathers, that kind of gives you kind of see where the same vibe. I've never seen Heathers, but when I was reading this, I know what Heathers is about. I've seen bits and pieces. But Brian, did you see that? Did you happen to notice this being kind of like Heathers? Or this maybe Heathers being influenced?
I've seen Heathers, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of Heathers.
I've never seen it.
I'm a big fan of Heathers, but I do see where it's coming from a little bit. Like it's kind of like female bullies and Heathers. Yeah, and the school's kind of run by female bullies a little bit. So
yeah,
that aspect, but they're not like cruel like this.
Yeah, no, they're evil in this one. I mean, you get some nasty characters and things like that. Fish, I know, is a big fan of Heathers. He said that's exactly what I thought of when this movie ended, Heathers. Yeah, I mean, I could see some similarities for sure. But yeah, they're pretty evil characters, the bullies. And then we get. Do you notice like everything about this movie though? The dialogue. It was directed by Renee Dalder, who is what is he? He's not French. He's like European or something like that.
I think he's Swedish, ain't he?
Swedish, okay.
Something like that.
I'm not. But when you watch the making of documentary, the cast even talks about how uncomfortable some of the dialogue was. Because they're just kids. They're young kids at the time when making this movie. So
he was born in the Netherlands. He's from the Netherlands.
Okay. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy though. There's some insane dialogue at one point, getting like fast forwarding later on to the movie, but there's a character that dies off a diving board and they find him the next day in the pool because it's dry. And one of the characters says, what is he? I wrote it down. What does he say? And to think he was just full of life yesterday. Do you remember that when he says that? Yeah. And I watched the making of documentary.
And no adults. All the kids are standing around watching. No adults.
No, there's no teachers. Now, some people speculated. Do you think there's? And feel free that everybody in the chat jump in and talk about this with us. But do you think that there was no adults because of a budget? You have to think about that. Why there's no adults?
I don't know. I mean, how much more of a budget would they have needed? I mean, think about the adults that they had at the end. They could have made a whole lot of money for what they did. I mean, I don't know.
It's interesting. It's such an interesting film for sure. But this one I definitely enjoyed it. So basically, we get introduced to all of the characters. There's a lot of characters in this movie, a lot of different actors. Yeah. And then you got these kids getting bullied. Now, one thing I really wanted to talk about. Okay, so the opening sequence, the song and everything like that, definitely a lot of characters. But there's one quote in the beginning, sort of, he says to him, "You've changed, man." And his friend says to him, "Yeah, you should too." So they used to go to school together. And then, that's David saying to, what's the other guy's name?
Mark.
Mark.
Yeah,
so David says to Mark, "You've changed, man." And Mark says, "You should too." What did you think about that?
I mean, that was Mark's way of trying to get him to, to join the group. And I think in some kind of way he was trying to tell him, look here, I think he knew that if he didn't join the group, he was going to be in trouble. He was going to end up getting messed with. It was going to mess up their friendship or whatever. That's kind of what I took from it. But
it's a little bit of peer pressure there.
Yeah, for sure. No, I thought that was pretty crazy. I was like, damn, there's some heavy dialogue in this movie. If you pay close attention, people don't always catch that, but there's some heavy dialogue. Yeah. So there's a scene in the library, like fast forwarding just a tiny bit, when the guy gets pushed in the library and he gets tossed around all the books and everything like that. And they walk in, David and Mark, David's like, "Oh, it's good to see your friends. I didn't know they read books," and they're coming out of the library. And then they walk in and they see that they're, bullying this kid. And he's like, he says something, "You already blew it by thinking you're better than that poor guy." Because if you remember, this film's a lot about thinking you're better than, privilege, entitlement, things like that. If you catch that, did you guys notice that too? Yeah, for sure. Because there's a lot of scenes later on in the movie, but that was pretty remarkable, I thought, because it's like so a little background about myself. I'm an open book. I don't care if it's on YouTube or anything. In high school, I was like 4'11" my freshman year. That's a recipe for disaster. And I got bullied because I didn't hit a growth spurt or anything like that. My voice didn't change anything until I was like a junior or senior. So I got picked on like freshman year. So obviously not to this extent or anything like that, but I've seen it. Like, I was in a high school with a lot of bullying. And so films like this actually hit home. Like, I can relate to it, certain parts, and definitely the bullying aspect. So for me, I'm a big fan of these kinds of movies because of that. So I don't know if that's but different things, are going to resonate with different people. So and then at that same exact scene in the library, he asked the kid, "Don't you ever fight back?" And I think he says, like, "What's the point?" So I thought there was a lot of great quotes in this, like, that hit home for me. It's like, why not fight back? Because none of them do. But he tries.
The guy's just like sitting there like this, like crouched the whole time while the books are just falling on him.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is pretty much a spoiler, so I mean, we can save it for later. But the way things changed, the way things changed at the end, when kind of the new group of kids come up, you would think that everybody'd be happy-go-lucky, everything's solved. But you got a new group of assholes coming in, you would think they would learn their lesson, and not want to do that to other people. But
that's something that actually really hits me. And there's a couple quotes, and I kind of broke them down, but I got so many damn quotes from this movie on here. But when they do, like you said, when they change, there's a couple scenes. There's one scene with that kid. You remember? Okay, so there's a kid in the movie. He has a car. I can't remember what car he has. And the 4 or 5 bullies or whatever, they take his car and they drive it off of like a ramp, and they mess up his car.
Yeah, they smash the fuck out of this car.
Yeah, and he's like, "Damn it!" And David volunteers to help him fix it up, which is how he ends up getting hurt. But if you pay like attention later on in the movie, he has a really nice, what is it, a Camaro or GT? So I'm not sure. I'm not a big car guy, but he has a really nice car. And he says at one point, he's like, "I had to park away from the other crap cars." And he's like, "So you think you're privileged out here too?" And then he takes a rock and throws it at one of the kids, like one of the car's windows. And so he's doing the same exact crap that happened to him in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy. This movie has a lot of what is it, Animal Farm, where you become what you kind of hate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys noticed that yourself.
I didn't.
Yeah. Any thoughts on anything so far that I've been talking about, or at the beginning, or any kind of like hidden meanings, or any quotes that you wrote down, or anything that meant anything?
I don't, but I do have another goof that's pretty funny. When they're standing like behind the van on one scene. You need to go back and watch this. It's really funny. When they're standing in the van, I don't know if you watch special features, they talk about this. You can see the boom mic. Like, we're talking about full-fledged boom mic, the guy holding it, the entire scene, and the reflection of the back glass. It's pretty funny once you see it's there. I didn't notice it the first time, but after I watched special features, I went back to it and I went, "Holy shit!" I mean, it's guys. I mean, you can see the guy's face. You're holding the boom mic and the reflection. It's pretty funny.
Oh, geez, I gotta watch that. Yeah, I didn't catch that. But there's a lot of like honest dialogue too. There's a scene where Mark's girlfriend swims like at the beach with David, in their butt ass naked and all that stuff, skinny dipping. Yeah. And at one point later on in the movie, she says, "I wanted to sleep with him, but he didn't want to because of you." And it's like, the movie to me came off as very honest. Like, all the characters are very bold and honest and upfront. And I just think there's a lot going on in this movie that I was so excited to talk about with people and hear what other people thought of it. But I think there's a lot going on here. A lot of,
and after the boyfriend's seen the couple and the guy and the girl in the water naked frolicking around in the water, he goes back to the van, and you think he's like, "All right, the hell with it, let's kill this guy." But he goes back and just says, "I couldn't get through to him." He didn't say nothing about them being in the water together, because he knew if he did, they would automatically go after him. So even after that, this guy was still trying to watch out for him.
Yeah, I would expect that. I would have dumped her ass.
Oh yeah, no doubt. You think?
Yeah. No, yeah, I would have been pretty pissed off. I'm gonna catch up with the chat here. Gus said hi, Tim. Mel is in the house. What's up, Mel? Yeah, she just did a review as well. So like I said, I didn't get a chance to yet. But after this video, I'm gonna link up Mel and Ken's video of them doing a review of this. So if you want that, just tune back into the video. I'll put the description down in the description box. It's always budget. Remember, the budget wasn't big. Yeah, what, 400,000 you said?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good for the
750,000, I think.
Yeah. 1976 this came out. Yeah. Not Much Girl, we just talked about how much influenced Heathers. Agree. I heard that. I didn't know that was a thing. Makes sense. Fish of old childhood was a lie. I guess that old saying is true. Anything you could think of, somebody's probably already done it. Mel, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's get naked so I can get blue balls.
This next comment.
Bob, you're making this movie out to be Citizen Kane. Pops makes it sound like a rape porno slasher.
It's somewhere in the middle. That's why it's so great. You know?
No, it's not Citizen Kane. It's actually shot really well. It's just got weird dialogue. One of the only lies was intentionally didn't rat one of the guys that they crushed his leg to avoid suspicion and kill all of them. Yeah, definitely. Screen Factory reels everything. Well, I like Synapse Films, but anyways, yeah, no, I'm not saying this film is Citizen Kane by any means, but it's got some strange dialogue, some interesting characters. There's interesting kills, like Pops was saying and Brian was saying. So, you guys have anything else you want to touch on before I kind of move on a little bit?
My favorite kill, if we can talk about that for a minute, is and this is a full on spoiler, so y'all close your ears. But
hang gliding?
Well, no, not that one. How many times do you get to see the guy from Revenge of the Nerds having a threesome in a tent get Wile E. Coyote rocks roll on top of his ass? I was like, that's fantastic. That's the most original kill in any movie I've ever seen. The whole movie's worth that one scene.
Don't forget Lizzie McGuire's dad.
It is funny because that's oh my god, there's definitely some funny stuff in it, but that's the orgy. Well, it's not an orgy, it's just a threesome, but that's the scene you're talking about where she finds some dynamite and she's just like, oh, and then he comes and he grabs it, he puts it back, and then the rocks just fall on.
He like throws the dynamite like it's not even dynamite. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. All right, Holland Oates says the best death was Paul rolling back in the van. I laughed so hard at that point. He was such a douche, that character. I loved it when that guy died and fell off the cliff. But it was funny when Mark's character was like, David, and he just pops up behind him And he's like, yes. And he's like, I knew it was you the whole time. He's like, I suspected it was you after the hang gliding accident or whatever, but it's just, I don't know. What did you think of the weird, strange dialogue and like just the unrealisticness of the characters' reactions and stuff like that? Like that one guy when he dives in the pool, he's just like, what did you think of some of those scenes when he dives in the pool and they cut to his body and stuff and the hang gliding accident?
Yeah,
you can tell it's a doll, just like, the doll was pretty funny. You can tell it was just a big dummy up there in the thing, obviously, but
yeah,
that was funny.
That's a really cool kill, though.
What's up?
I thought was
go ahead. Really cool kill.
Yeah, it was very unique. Yeah, I agree.
How often did you see hang gliding stuff like that in the 70s? So it's pretty cool. And you know what I really like about this movie though is I still feel like it's before, like this film is still relevant today with a lot of the bullying and like becoming what you kind of hate. Because that to me, everybody talks about this being a big revenge thriller and things like that. But this film to me is a big like dive into I don't know, there's something deeper than just like revenge, because he's out to get rid of these bullies because of what they're doing. And then what's crazy about it though is like the kids that were bullied become the bullies. Like some of the scenes, I mean, later on in the movie, it's just like you're just like your mind is blown by the way these kids just flip a switch. What did you think about after that? Like rewatching this again, I was like, you know what? There was the bullies were keeping things in order. Say what you want, but they were. Look at how much the school fell apart after the bullies were gone. What did you guys think about that?
It fell apart because there wasn't any teachers around. So
yeah.
And you have the cliche food fight, which is in the 70s. I mean,
Yeah, Mark got pissed when he got spaghetti thrown on him or something.
Yeah, it's like what the hell? But these kids were just like, and later on they're praising David, and then he just didn't want any of it. And there's a scene later on in the movie. Let's see here if I wrote it down, but where he's talking to him, and he gets pissed. He's like, "Why'd you get? I understand getting rid of the bullies, but why'd you get rid of the other ones?" And he's like, "I got rid of them because as soon as I got rid of the bullies, they became a problem themselves. And so I couldn't bring the other ones back, so I had to get rid of everybody."
So was I the only one whenever David was in the room in his little shop, whatever, and he was making the pipe bombs? Was I the only one getting any Terminator Kyle Reese vibes? He had like he's wiping the threads off.
I didn't think of that.
This is where Kyle Reese making pipe bombs. James Cameron got that from this movie, okay?
What's that? What Terminator?
James Cameron ripped them off.
Yep. This is before the Terminator, okay?
Yeah, it was just missing the music. So, all right, let's catch up on this. The best death. I already read that one. Wile E. Coyote rocks. I was counting the pimples on her booty. Wait, there were rocks. That band exploding, I just lost it. Agony Dynamite. So the moral of the story is control sucks, but you're fucked either way.
So you're.
But yeah, so there was another parallel that ties up later on in the movie, other than the guy with the car that blows up the car. Did you guys catch the scene where, okay, so you remember the women being sexually... Hello?
Yeah.
You guys remember when the women are sexually assaulted?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you remember what the guy says in that scene? He says, "Y'all just need a good fuck." You heard that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember later on in the movie in the library when the kids with his headphones, the women say the same exact thing? It looks like he just needs a good fuck. I was like, so there's a lot of parallels. I don't know if people catch those things, but I thought that was pretty unique the way he ties that in like that. I was like these, like everything that happens to them, they become the same exact thing. The kid with the car destroys a car. The girls getting sexually assaulted basically imply that they think this guy needs to be sexually assaulted. There's a lot of parallels going on. So what do you guys think of all that stuff?
I think it worked. I think it was pretty effective.
pull the story together. You know, just to get the point across. You know that the people that were being bullied are now the bullies, and they had to go too.
Yeah, I actually wrote down something that Subjective Perspective Collective said, that after all the bullies are dead, there's no control. There isn't. I mean, look at the food. The food fight is a perfect example of it. They just they're wild. And the kid that you remember, the little chubby kid in the halls, like just checking everybody.
Yeah.
That damn explosion, man. Good God. Anyway, I heard somebody else compare this to the Lord of the Flies. You know, all the kids on the deserted island, and you have those with power, those without.
Yeah.
So
it is kind of like that, but in high school.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, there's Magic Hand says she had a nice rack. I wonder if he's talking about Kimberly Beck or if he's talking about this one on the back of it. I remember when I took the shrink wrap off of that, I was like, I don't know if I could show this. And then I unwrapped it and I was like, there's nudity on the disc art, the inside. Synapse Films, Severin, and Vinegar Syndrome. Be prepared to have a lot of nudity on your slip covers and all that stuff. Yeah. Right, Brian?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. Let's see here. 4K says Tent Revival. This is an astute rapist. But yeah, there's some pretty crazy things. So what did you guys think of just fast forwarding to the ending here? What did you think of the ending? And how he grabs the bomb and runs out with it. And before that, I can't remember his name. Mark says he won't kill you because he's in love with you.
Yeah.
There's two things about the ending that stand out to me, and this ain't deep. This ain't going into how I thought the ending was great. This is just funny. The guy, when he gets the bomb and he's going down the hallway with his limp, he's got the funniest fucking lip I ever seen. And I want you to go back and watch this. When he gets to the steps, he goes out the front door and he gets to the steps. He's 100% on one leg, and I've never seen a son bitch take a step to one leg like that. I mean, he just glides. It's really funny.
He does. He goes down the steps really easy.
The fucking adults that you see for 5 minutes comes outside and go, what's the problem? Somebody started a fire. Them damn firecrackers or whatever. And there's a burning body laying there. You know? It's like, what the fuck? We got, it's just a fire. Let's go back inside.
When I saw that, I saw an arm. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I saw a dismembered arm.
There's fucking people just walking past it too, walking right past it, like not giving a fuck.
But go back and watch him hit those steps, man. When he hit those steps, it really struck me funny, man. He hit some steps like a champ.
It takes this many kills and this many deaths for the cops to finally come at the very last scene.
I think once they hear the squad cars, you see the people start to look. They're like, "Wait, is there?" They don't say it, but you could see that they're like, "I think they see a body," like Pops said.
And then the credits roll. And the credits go.
Yeah, Brian makes a good point. There's been 8, 9, 10 deaths, and there's no adults, no cops. They go to school like normal.
That is so crazy. Why?
You know,
is there a party? Whatever it's for, the I don't know what it's for. The little.
I mean, the guy that jumps off the diving board when his head shoots through his ass. Right then, the school's closed down for 2 weeks. There's counts and there's all kind of shit. You know,
he's like, why the one kid says, "Why didn't you tell the principal?" or something like that.
He's like, if I didn't come across this body, it would have been here for weeks, maybe.
Yeah. Like none of them ever goes
life yesterday.
Oh my God.
The power lines would have knocked some electricity out in the neighborhood too. Whenever the fucker lands right on them. So.
Oh my God! There's just
there's a body glued to the power lines permanently. So you know.
Yeah. And then the sex scene with her and her boyfriend, and after they have sex, he's like, I just don't know what happened. How he died during a hand gliding accident. It's like, so these two are having sex right after his friend died. It's just like, I don't know, on the beach and everything. There's just some things about this movie that I just found unique, though. Like, as much as there's scenes that you might laugh, there is some definitely like some things you're just like, there's more to it, though. I don't know. It's like, what did you think the director was going for? Because Renee Dalder passed away in 2018, but I know he oversaw like the upgrade that Synapse Films was doing back in like 2016. So what did you guys think of the director? What do you think he was going for with this movie?
I think he wanted to make a big point, like an after school special type point, but just to an extreme limit of it.
Yeah.
Kind of a big non-bullying PSA type thing.
Yeah.
But this movie really shows you an example of what music does for a movie. You know, the very end of the movie, I don't give a damn how good it is. As soon as that last shot goes and it goes back to that fucking song, you're like, okay, what the fuck did I just watch? It makes the ending go from here to here. So that music is bad, dude. It's putrid.
No, the music is pretty funny. Yeah. But I think we're at the crossroads of our lives. It's like it's saying something about where they are in their lives.
Yeah. Well, it gets stuck in mine and Coco's head every time we hear it, and she was singing it all damn day after listening to it.
I want to hear Coco singing that. Make sure you record it. She's probably singing it in the shower and all that stuff. Like,
watching this right now, singing it.
Yeah, we got to get Coco. I am requesting formally that Coco does a solo on your channel. The song, yes, I'm gonna write it in one of the comment sections. AJ's movie places it in here. Awesome. He lives in the UK though, so heading out to work. So the movie's message is kids need bullying and rape and murder were both rampant and in high school back then.
It was a great time.
And adults are incompetent dumbasses. That's what got me. That's what got me. The burning body at the end. Wouldn't there be parts everywhere? There was no budget for an explosive expert to tell them how the parts should fly. Oh my god. Mocking a fucking cripple that gets blown up now. Gosh damn, Ellen, you need Jesus. And the waves ebb and flow. Always another chance to let love grow. Another no, another yes. Another chance to move. Is that what is that what you heard Coco singing?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Tell me why I could picture right now Brian and Coco. They're it's the middle of the night, they're sleeping, and Brian wakes up to Coco like having a dream singing that song.
Now you got to realize this. I was off Monday from work. So Monday afternoon I get in here, I was like, let me watch this movie, get ready for the stream. Never seen it before. I turn that bitch on, that music starts. At first I think it's at the opening title. I think it's playing at the opening title. I'm going, what the fuck is this? And the movie starts. I'm going, this is going to be bad. This is going to be real fucking bad.
Is this your wife, right, Coco?
She's my girlfriend, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, my bad. But yeah,
Coco.
Yeah. So okay, but that's her, I assume, right?
Yeah,
I don't think any other random Cocos are popping into my stream. But Coco, if you're just jumping in now, it's my formal request that you do a solo of that song on Brian's Post Blues channel. Yes, we need it in our life.
I actually want to duet. I want a Brian and Coco duet. That's what I want.
I do too. Yeah, you said you won't do it, or you will?
I'll do it. I'm down.
Hell yeah! I'm gonna put that on Instagram so you guys are held accountable.
Okay.
It grows on you like a fungus. Oh my god. Okay, she says you got it, dude. That's awesome. Yes. You two need more views on your channel as well. You know what bothers me? And like I said, everybody's link is in the description down below. But some of the best people on YouTube, like Dell, just don't have the subscriber count. Like there's a lot of people with not even 100 subscribers, great subscribers. So
it's the algorithm and everything, you know.
Yeah. But everybody will go, just keep subscribing and things like that. So all right. So I think we kind of went ahead, reviewed the movie and our thoughts and things like that. Is there anything else? I'm gonna get into some of my favorite quotes I think I wrote down. Let me see.
I have one thing here. Did y'all know that Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker, was considered for the part of David?
So, I didn't know that.
So this would have been 76. When did Star Wars come out? 77, I believe. So this would have been the year before Star Wars.
Yep.
I'm just gonna go through my notes one more time to make sure I didn't leave anything out.
I love when he says though, when that kid's like, and because in the making of documentary, he's like, I had one line that I regret for the rest of my life. I love when he goes, to think yesterday they were just so full of life. And that's the kid that dove off the diving board. It's just terrible dialogue. It's like, why would you say that? I was laughing when I watched that. But one of my favorite quotes of this movie, because it's relatable, and I think to everybody though, like there's a lot of corny things about this movie, plenty, but there's one thing when David's character says anger just builds up and takes over, and we get the chance to see that absolutely happen. So I thought that was pretty cool, the quote. And I thought it was relatable. I think to a lot of people, anger just does build up, but I don't know if anybody's like blown up a school or anything like that, and including themselves. But yeah,
not got caught. So, I better not say that. People take shit out of context.
Yeah, I'm not monetized, so we don't have to worry about that. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of all the quotes I think I got. Yeah.
Now, Brian, did you know that Andrew Stevens, the guy that played Mark in the movie, he was also in that movie, The Terror Within, that Scream Factory release.
Oh, he was. Oh, yeah, that's right. He was.
And the Terror Within Part 2, he actually starred and directed it. So he was director of Part 2.
Huh.
I thought that was kind of neat.
There's one other quote that I actually really like. This is the part when David is talking to him and he references the kids that were bullied. I thought this was a really good quote, actually. He says, when I came into that school, they were scared little mice. When I got rid of the 3, they became just as bad as the others. And I thought that was super accurate. I thought it was a really good quote. And I don't know. So there's some there's some cringeworthy things in dialogue in this movie and just some things that absolutely don't make sense. You're either going to it, or you might really find it good, or a little bit of both. But one thing, in my opinion, say if it's a slow burn, if you want, this film's not boring though. I was not bored watching this.
No.
Pops, Brian, no,
it's a quick hour and a half. Goes by quick.
An hour and a half absolutely goes by pretty quickly. So anything as far as you already named your favorite kill. Brian, what's your favorite kill in the movie?
Pops.
No, asking you, bro.
Brian,
mine? Mine was the hang gliding.
Hang gliding?
Yeah.
I just love you hear the twig snap, like the snap. And then he just
all of the panic on his face whenever he's falling down. It's like,
yeah.
I don't know.
It's crazy.
And I thought the making of documentary, the special features were pretty good. The making of documentary, the Hell in the Hallways? That was a pretty good documentary. It was about an hour long, 45 minutes long.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, no, absolutely. There's some stills in this. The special features have some stills, TV spot, a trailer, theatrical trailer, so different things like that. Mike asked a question. Did y'all see the new Jeepers Creepers? Well, I saw it last night. I did a review on it, and I didn't like it.
No, I didn't see it.
Pop's new favorite movie of the year. No. It's bad.
A lot of people say it was trash.
Children are exploding, but it's the dialogue that's cringe. What the fuck, Bob? There's not a ton. Okay, well, there is a lot of children. It's not children; they're teenagers and they're bullies, and that's fun. But the whole movie to me was pretty fun. I don't know. But the kid that opens his locker and just like everybody's just chill. They're just leaving the school, walking out. The locker blows up, like you said. The kid dies off the diving board. The kid, what the heck happened to his ear with the
right?
Not iPhone, but
I don't know that. At first, I thought it just exploded his eardrum, but homeboy was dead. I don't know what the hell happened. You know,
the blood was going down the page, the crack of the book.
Anthony said that's what you get for fucking hang gliding, that dumb bastard.
If you ever see me hang gliding, call 911. Because I promise you, somebody's got a gun to my fucking head.
If I were to ever hang glide, it would be over like the ocean, you know?
Yeah, well, probably still end up dead. I watched the new Jeepers Creepers Bob sold me movie of the year. Yeah, I fucking loved it. But anybody, I wanted to make sure anybody in the chat have any questions for us that they wanted to ask, because I'd love to answer any of your questions. If you got any questions for Pops or Brian, now is the time to ask right now. But was there anything else before we kind of go ahead and talk a little bit more about our thoughts and our rating? And was there anything else you guys want to touch on about it? Packs or anything like that?
That's pretty much all I had.
Yeah, that's pretty much everything.
Yeah, pretty much for me too.
I know you had 16 pages of notes, you said.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, yeah, just bullying just was taking.
I gave it a 3 out of 5 on Letterbox, and I was being very generous. Probably should have been a 2.5, but I think 3's okay. I'm okay with 3. So I gave it a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
Usually a movie that I enjoy, I give it a 3. A movie that's fantastic is going to get a 4 or 5. It's got to be something I really fucking like to be more than a 3. 3 is pretty much okay. I enjoyed that. Anything below a 3, you know, 1 means it's trash. You see no stars, obviously that's garbage. But like if you see a 3.5 or a 4, I really liked it. That's kind of how my rating system is.
Gotcha.
I give it a 4. I had watched this previously on a back in the day when I used to download like torrents and stuff from sites. I found this movie, and it looked really awful, like really bad quality wise. It was like VHS quality. But I was looking forward to this Synapse Blue for a long time because I knew it was an awesome movie and I knew what they would do cleaning it up.
Yeah, and it looked really good.
Oh yeah, if we're talking about the transfer, honestly, this looks like a 4K.
So the only part of the transfer that looked bad is on the hang glider scene. When you're looking from the perspective of the hang glider, that scene was a little rough. But other than that, the rest of it looked great.
That in the pool scene. My favorite parts would have to be, or favorite kills. I love when he falls, like he's in the back and he's just bouncing around. He just gets random blood on his face. I love that. I think it's just that kid was such a dumbass anyways. The guy with the white hair and all that, whatever. I didn't like that guy, but I thought it was funny in the van when he just he's freaking out. He's like, "Oh my god, help!" And and then the swimming pool when he dives, and then David turns the lights on, and he's like doing his flip, and he's like, "You're mid-air. Can you imagine?" And you're diving into concrete.
Yeah, you just you know you're done.
Yeah, I mean, what is he diving in the pitch black for, anyways?
Right.
But yeah, I'm going a 4 out of 5 to be honest.
I'll go 4. And yeah, it was Synapse started this restoration like 2014, 2015, and didn't come out till 2020. So it took them a long time. I was like, I didn't think it was ever going to come out, and then they finally just announced it one day. They're like, available now. I was like, fuck yeah! I purchased that thing like immediately.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
No, I didn't even know about this, and I recently ordered all of their steel books. So I'll just go ahead and tease now. I'm going to go ahead and talk about the 4 titles we are going to review. So everybody that's in here right now. So we've got coming up, we're going to do, how about we do The Kindred next week on Wednesday night, same time. Does that work for you guys?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
So we'll do The Kindred. Let me go ahead and see if I could find out where they can find it. And then after that, so if you guys haven't seen it yet and you want to go ahead and work on getting it, we're also going to watch The Living Dead at Manchester Morgue and Tombs of the Blind Dead. Pops, are you going ahead and pulling up The Kindred?
Yes, I'm working on now.
You can find The Kindred right here in the bent up steel.
Is that the one you have? Or let me go ahead and. Is that the one? I thought you got Massacre at Central High. That was
no. This is the Kindred smashed up edition.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's sad.
That's
oh well.
Yeah, it looks like you can still get The Kindred on go to synapsefilm.com, but it's gonna be $49.95 for the steelbook.
Yeah. Or you can get it from me, the bent up version, if you want. I got a pristine copy now. So,
Pops, did you say they can find The Kindred where?
It's synapsefilms.com. Synapsefilms.com.
Yeah, that's like $49.95
for the steelbook.
$49.95, and then is the standard Blu-ray released yet?
The standard comes out in October, I believe.
Oh, geez.
What's funny about this is I got this thing a long time ago. And it says 3,000 limited edition steelbook. You can't tell me that they ain't already sold 3,000 of these bitches in a year. It's been almost a year since I got this.
They're expensive, so I don't know if they. I don't know. But The Kindred, it's gonna be. I feel like I'm being unfair with them because The Kindred doesn't come out on standard Blu-ray, so they can't buy. We're forcing them to go buy a $50 steelbook.
Can you stream that anywhere? I mean, legally.
Because I got plenty of illegal websites to use to stream. It's not on Tubi, it's not on Vudu, it's not on Crackle or Netflix or Hulu. But there's plenty of websites if you want. Just DM me on Instagram and I'll give you a couple that you can watch it for in HD. Illegal websites. But yeah, I haven't seen that one, so I'm looking forward to checking that out. But just go buy it from Synapse Films. You might be number 4,500 of 3,000, right, Pops?
Right.
Yeah, but yeah. So the Kindred will be up next. We'll
you haven't seen Kindred yet?
No, I haven't watched that. Tombs of the Blind Dead or The Living Dead at Manchester Morgue. So.
Did you watch it yet, Pops? Kindred?
Oh yeah, I watched it when I got it. I stayed it back in theaters way back in the day.
Oh, you saw it in theaters. That's awesome.
Don't spoil your thoughts yet. So keep that a secret for next week. But yeah, we'll be back next Wednesday. Let me catch up on the chat here. They alluded a lot of money in the budget for raspberry syrup. Oh hell yeah, the Kindred is badass. I own the steelbook. Nice. You should ask Dirk to do these, man. He's into all these Synapse steelbooks. Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. The guys. So Brian's on your stream. You got Dirk, Brad, and I don't remember everybody's names. Category 3 is Brad, right? Is that correct?
Yeah. And got my buddy Ryan, who really don't have a channel, but he's joining us for some streams also.
Is that Dr. Ordinary?
Yeah.
Doctor. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they're really cool. I don't know. I should have asked Dirk if he wanted to do these.
Yeah, Dirk loves all these movies, man. He'd be good at it.
Yeah, we got to get him on. We got to get him on for the next series we do then in the future if people love this. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a ton of streams. I got Pops and Brian. Pops going to be on next Monday in a Steelbook stream. Pops, what do you think of that? There's a big ass panel I'm going to have.
Yeah. I'm looking at the panel that's on there. I might be in trouble. I got a shitload of steelbooks, but some of these jokers got a shitload of steelbooks. So I'm gonna have to bring my A game. I thought I got this covered. Yeah, I see who was gonna be on the panel. Yeah, I might be in trouble, but I'm gonna try my best.
Brian, did you see my panel for Monday night?
No, I didn't see. Who's on it?
Durant Cinema, Steel Rays in 4Ks, Sue, Steelbook Obsessed, Movies with Ryan, Tim Talks Talkies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my steelbook collection is going to be probably the smallest one on the stream, but I got a few tricks up my sleeve.
Durant's just got 100 Terminator 2 steelbooks, so it's okay.
Yeah, but I don't know if anybody else has those, so it's going to be fun. But Pops, how many steelbooks do you
have? If you look just to give you an idea, I don't know exactly, but if you look behind me, one shelf there, I got about 3 shelves of steelbooks, so probably 200, maybe 250.
Okay. Oh yeah, you might be in trouble. I mean, take Steel Rays in 4Ks for example. He has 3,000.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, I'm gonna have to pull something really fucking obscure. Yeah. So we'll see.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna be doing that stream on Monday. Then on Tuesday, I start my series with Terrell, Derek, and Mike. And because people enjoyed our stream a couple weeks ago and they wanted more of it, so we're gonna do something. And we're going to do top 5 Carpenter ranked. And then on Wednesday, I'll be live with you. So people get 3 nights in a row.
Now, I almost wonder if I should have done the slips because I got all the Scream Factory slips. And I figured I could pull those harder to find. And that would give me some shoe-ins. But yeah, I'm going to see what I can do with the steel books.
You better have some rare steel books you bring.
Oh, I know.
Pops is going to be on eBay. Buy it. Oh my gosh. All right, let me catch up on the chat here really quick. You should ask Derek to do these. Fish, no streaming. Yeah, no streaming service. So message me for the websites I use. Sounds like Anthony has a bunch of this shit too. Yeah, Anthony's a good guy. Get his ass on here. You definitely got to get Derek on here. He brings the facts and the quotes. All right.
Yeah, no.
Would Derek be interested in being on here?
Oh, I'm sure he would be.
Yeah. Okay. What's the rules on the Carpenter rank, Bob? It's directed only or what? Yeah, no, directed. When I do like top 5 ranked of people, I do all directed by. I don't do produced by. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. So I'm going to be busy next week with a lot of live streams. So you get to see a lot of me. But yeah, everybody that was in here tonight, I hope you appreciated the review, conversation, things like that. This one was a little silly, a little out, but yeah, so. And I know, I believe Living Dead at Manchester Morgue, I think that is on streaming service. Yeah, that one's on Vudu for free. So I know people could watch that one. And then when does The Kindred come out?
I'll look that up right now for you.
Because The Blind Dead is also on Vudu. Because if people are still in here, maybe we should do The Kindred last, so it gives people the opportunity to get a copy of it.
Yeah, right. I haven't seen Manchester Morgue either.
Those are on Vudu. Manchester Morgan, Living Dead at Manchester Morgan, Tombs of the Blind Dead are on Vudu for
October 25th for The Kindred.
Oh, forget it. We'll just do it next week. Because...
Now you can get the standard Blu-ray release of The Kindred right now for $34.95.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What's that? I'm sorry. It's coming soon. I'm sorry. It's coming soon. October 25th. Yeah, we got a while.
Brian's like, dude, I just said the date.
Oh, dude, I was looking at my other screen. I wasn't paying attention, yo. I was reading, man. I can't do two things at one time. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're good. Old age.
2 of the 5 shittiest Carpenter titles. That's the or easier list to make. Oh, jeez. People aren't gonna like that. But yeah, any questions for me, or did you guys want to say anything before we kind of head out or anything like that?
Yeah, one thing I want to say is this Saturday at 10 or 10:30 p.m. I ain't sure when you we're gonna do episode 5 of our top 5 favorite movie streams.
Yep.
We've been doing our movies from 1970 to 2020, and this is going to be episode 5. We're doing 1996 to 2000, which is a great years for movies. And so this was a tough set of years to do. Everybody pulls their top 5 movies. We have a couple honorable mentions. Me and Brian, Dirk, out there in the channel. The guy doing 4K Tent Revival, Brad, my buddy Ryan. So we get on there, have a great time. You guys join us. It may be pushed back to 10:30 because I got some stuff going on, but it's still maybe 10 o'clock. I'm going to probably advertise it tomorrow. So you guys keep a check out on that. It'll be on mine and Brian and Dirk's channel. Mm-hmm. Awesome. We're going to multi-stream it. So,
awesome. Cool. Yeah, I know. How does that work with the multi-streaming? Gives people now, if people are commenting on Brian's channel, does it show up on yours?
Yeah, it shows up on StreamYard as a whole altogether.
I still got to figure out why I'm banned from commenting on Pops.
Yeah. I mean, obviously I don't have you blocked because I can see your videos. You can see mine. I don't know what the hell happened.
Maybe if you comment on my stream, it'll show up as you.
That's a good point.
There you go.
Okay. Before we head out, Brian, do you want to give us a teaser into the song?
You're at the crossroads of your life. Crossroads of your life. I don't know everything like Hall & Oates knows all the whole damn song.
It's Hall & Oates, right? Song. Brian will sing it.
Freaking Coco's laughing in the other room.
Hey, we gotta get Coco in here right now. Bring Coco in and tell her to do it. Because she'll do it.
Oh no. Oh no, she will.
Oh geez, I'm just gonna wait for Coco to come running in here past the zombie. I'm waiting for Hall & Oates to send over the lyrics right now, because then we got. Look at that! All right, there you go. Here,
damn it, Holland.
On screen. Here, hold on.
Are you gonna just do an acapella? You don't know? You want me to hit a beat or something?
Oh my god!
He sent over the rest.
Are you coming in here?
Yeah, what's happening?
Or he wants us to sing the Crossroads song. Hall & Oates is right here.
Hey, Coco.
Hi, guys. Were you just singing?
I was singing a little bit, yeah. You want to sing the lyrics with me?
Oh, I didn't know all the words.
No, you know.
Holland knows all the words.
He copied and pasted them or something.
We got to wonder about that, by the way. He knows the words.
You want to do it together?
Yeah, how do we even sing that?
I don't know.
Okay, ready?
Ready, go.
You're at the crossroads of your life. The crossroads of your life. A runner chasing dreams that could come true.
Like the pebbles on a beach and well within your reach.
And then there's the best.
Each tomorrow brings you something new. And the waves
Why is it in caps?
And the waves of ebb and flow.
You gotta hit the high note.
Another chance to let love grow. Another no. Another yes. Another chess move to make.
You guys were perfect.
That was terrible.
Okay. All right. Anybody watching this needs to share that, because at least he was playing the light and everything. Okay. I got mad respect. Man. I'm tearing up. That was great. I love the fact
YouTube
that
gold was what it was. YouTube gold.
You just went for it. You didn't care. Coco, that was awesome.
Yeah, we don't care.
Bad props.
I've been singing that all day, but just the main part. That's all. That's all I knew.
She does karaoke singing too, so.
I think Harry Holland said, all right. Oh yeah, it's right up there with Ghost of Mars. Okay. I don't know the second verse. This is first one. I transcribed them myself painstakingly just for you guys.
Thank you, Holland. Appreciate it.
All right, that was great. That was perfect.
Thanks. Bye, guys. Have fun.
Coco, awesome. Thank you. The song is scrubbed from the internet. The singer died in 1979 from cancer. Damn. Shit, you can't find it on the internet. Fuck. All right, well, that's all we got. Holland, thank you so much. Coco, thank you as well. That was fun. That was a blast.
That was fun.
Am I allowed to put that on Instagram?
Whatever you want to do.
Awesome. Okay, perfect. And I'll tag Coco as well. All right. Well, like I said, everybody in here, make sure you tune. You got to watch The Kindred so you can jump in the chat as well next week. This was fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed doing the review with me and conversation. I enjoyed it, and hopefully you'll enjoy next week as well. All right. Everyone, thank you so much. Have a good one.
All right. Bye, everybody.